Chester from Luke's.
Well, this was what year? 1949, like 48, 49.
Before that. It was before that. I was extremely young. I was way too young to be drinking in a bar, and I was at Luke's that night, and Bill was in some sort of a big mess with either his wife at the time or his girlfriend, so he said, well, we'll go up to your place and stay. I said, well, live with my sister, and he said, well, that's okay. I don't care where I sleep, on the couch, on the floor. So I said, okay. So we got this taxi cab, and we had this girl. She wanted to go along. I said, I can't bring a girl to my house. So I said, tell you what, she can ride up and the taxi cab driver can take her home, And so we didn't have any money at all. Nobody had any money. We're taking a taxi cab from Chester to Sharon Hill. It's probably, I guess, 18 miles, Chester Pike.
That's a long way, a taxi.
The taxi cab driver, he started getting kind of nervous, because we thought, how are we going to pay this bill, over in the next seat. And the girl's saying, well, I can make us some money, And we get up there and he goes, well, in those days it was reasonably cheap to take a taxi cab all that distance, And the fare came to $4 or something. And we're sorry we don't have any money, but we'll make a deal with you, So you can take this girl, and she'll work off the taxi. and the taxi cab driver got real mad, He said, I'm sorry, boys, you're going to have to pay up or I'm going to call the police. And Bill, he got real mad. We carried this little pistol down his boot,
It was a rough place he was working.
It was rough. In there, you had to carry a little pistol in this boot and a little blackjack in this boot, because you never knew. And cowboy boots, of course, and they're loose at the top, And so Bill got really mad, and he was just drunk enough not to be thinking really straight. And he said, well, you feel that way about it? And he pulled it out. He said, I'll just take all your money. And the guy started screaming, please, please. And I grabbed him. I said, it's a joke, And the taxi cab driver, I thought he was serious. And he was serious. Another time we got, and the taxi cab driver did let the girl work the bill off. We found out, and we were in there, and that was the night that Bill broke his hand. We were all back in the men's room.
Yeah, you told us about
punching
that.
the wall.
And rather than buy drinks, because he didn't make much money. He made like $7 a night playing music, and I think Bill made more. He made
11 or something.
Maybe
like
he made 11, but he was one of the big money men.
Yeah, he made $11 a night.
Yeah, $11 a night. And
top billing.
So we're back in the men's room. Had a bottle of wine, Slim Bland and B and Slim Alsman. Slim never drank much. He was always the sober one.
He never did. Yeah.
He kept his head about him. And Cliff Lytle, Marshall's brother.
Yeah, Marshall Lytle's brother.
That was before Marshall ever even went out playing.
He was a kid.
Yeah, he was just a little kid. Marshall's younger than me. And so they're all bragging how hard. There was tough guys out at the bar. They're saying, well, it looks like they're going to jump the band. And Bill said, well, they just better not, And I said, look, Bill, you only got one eye. You don't want to be getting in fights. And he said, oh, you think I can't fight? And so Cliff Lytle said, well, I know for sure. He was from Asheville, North Carolina. The Lytles, Cliff and Marshall, and their brother still lives right over here. Yeah. You know him, don't you, Gene?
Sure.
And so everybody's going to punch a hole in the wall to show how hard they can punch.
They're in the bathroom.
Oh, Cliff Lytle punches the wall. It was a plasterboard, You just punch it very easily. And Slim Bland did, and I did. And I hurt my hand, And Bill says, oh yeah, watch this. And he grabs back like this, and he punched, and when he did, he hit a stud.
Oh, God.
And as soon as he hit that stud, I never saw anything like it. His hand just like somebody blew up a balloon. It went like that, Yeah. And he went out and he tried to play music. He couldn't even hold the guitar pick in his hand. He's standing there like this, and he kept dropping his guitar pick. And then the guys at the bar, they did start a big fight, and Bill pulled his pistol out. And when he did, somebody hollered, "He's got a gun, he's got a gun, call the police." And the police came, and we all ran out in the alley, and Bill threw his gun up on the roof.
Yeah.
You know, it was what you always did.
Yeah.
Cops came, you threw your gun on the roof, and then after they left, he got a ladder and he climbed up on the roof.
You always still think it's still there. You know what I mean? You use loose of it. And so he almost had to in fact, he had to relearn how to play the guitar after all those years because this damn finger keeps getting in the way.
Yeah.
You know? The damn thing is better off if you didn't have it. You know,
You know what I did? I learned to use it instead of letting it be in the way, and now I use it and I don't use this one. So I'm using these two fingers to play thumb style.
The style is quite unique now.
Now it's different, isn't it? But I do have elements of Merle Travis in it.
Okay. Now, think about you're on a bar store up on the bar at Luke's, okay, and they just hired you. They're going to give you $7 and a bottle of wine. You know.
Well, that's sort of inspiring.
Okay.
Well, I'll tell you, I know probably 20,000 songs.
Yeah.
And to just pick one out of thin air, I couldn't do it.
Pick a favorite.
If you, I don't have any. I like so many.
Yeah.
But if you have a song you'd like to hear, and if I know it, I'll do a couple of lines.
Oh, I don't.
You do that Marty Robbins song of El Paso.
Oh my God, that's so long.
You don't have to do the whole thing. I love
You
it's one of
sure?
my favorites. Just do half of it.
I'll try a little bit. Out in the West Texas town of El Paso, I fell in love with a Mexican girl. By time would find me in Rosa's Cantina, the music would play and Colina would whirl. Blacker than night were the eyes of Colina, wicked and evil while casting their spell. My love was deep for this Mexican maiden, I was in love but in vain I could tell. One night a wild young cowboy came in, wild as a West Texas wind. Dashing and daring in drink he was sharing with wicked Colina, the girl that I love. So in anger I challenged his right for the love of this maiden, down went his hand for the gun that he wore. My challenge was answered in less than a heartbeat. The handsome young stranger lay dead on the floor. Just for a moment I stood there in silence, shocked by the foul evil deed I had done. Many thoughts raced through my mind as I stood there. I had but one chance, and that was to run. Out through the back door of Rosa's I ran, out where the horses were tied. I thought a good one looked like it could run, up on his back and away I did ride, just as fast as I could from the West Texas down to El Paso, out through the badlands of New Mexico. It's been so long since I've seen the young maiden, my love is stronger than my fear of death. Back in El Paso my life would be worthless, everything's gone in life, nothing is left. I saddled up and away I did go, riding alone in the dark. Maybe tomorrow a bullet may find me, tonight nothing's worse than this pain in my heart. And at last here I am on the hill overlooking El Paso, I can see Rosa's Cantina below. My love is strong and it pushes me onward, off the hill to Colina I go. Off to my left I see 5 mounted cowboys, off to my right ride a dozen or more. Shouting and shooting, I can't let them catch me. I have to make it to Rose's back door. Something is dreadfully wrong, for I feel a deep burning pain in my side. Though I'm trying to stay in the saddle, I'm getting weary, unable to ride. But my love for Lolita is strong, and I'll ride till I fall off. Though I am weary, I can't stop to rest. I see the white puff of smoke from the rifle. I feel the bullet go deep in my chest. From out of nowhere, Lolita has found me, kissing my cheek as she kneels by my side. Greater my true love in arms that I'll die for. One little kiss and Lolita, goodbye. I didn't know how to shorten it. Yeah, I still love music. I do a lot of Irish music. It's nothing to do with my son-in-law. My grandfather was Irish, and in those days it was sort of, you know, Irish had a hard time getting a job, and he always hid the fact that he was Irish, you know.
Everybody
And he
did.